Mia gripped the edge of her seat, her breath coming in ragged gasps. The passengers around her remained eerily still, their lifeless eyes fixed ahead. She tried to speak, to scream, but her voice caught in her throat. The bus moved through an endless stretch of fog, the city long gone. Outside, the world was shifting, buildings melted into silhouettes. Streets twisted in impossible directions. She wasn't in her city anymore. She wasn't anywhere she recognized. She turned to the woman sitting beside her. "Please," Mia whispered. "What is this place? How do I get off?" The woman slowly turned her head, her face expressionless. Then, in a voice hollow and distant, she said, "No one gets off." Mia's pulse pounded. No, this couldn't be real. She forced herself to stand, gripping the seat in front of her to steady herself. "Let me off," she shouted. The driver didn't react. The passengers didn't move. The bus kept rolling forward, deeper into the mist. Desperation clawed at her. She stumbled down the aisle and grabbed the emergency door handle, yanking with all her strength. It wouldn't budge. "You shouldn't fight it," the driver said calmly. Mia spun to face him. "Please, let me go." The driver slowly turned his head toward her, and this time, she saw his face clearly. His skin was pale and stretched too tightly over his skull. His hollow eyes glowed faintly in the dim light. His grin widened, revealing teeth that were too sharp, too long. "You took the last ride," he said. "Now you belong to it." The bus lurched, and suddenly, the world outside changed. A city appeared, not her city, but something twisted, forgotten. Crumbling buildings leaned at odd angles. Streetlights flickered, casting long, unnatural shadows. The roads stretched endlessly, looping into themselves. The bus slowed. The doors hissed open. Mia looked out and saw figures standing on the sidewalk. They were waiting. Their faces were blurred, their forms shifting like shadows caught in a flickering light. And then she understood. This wasn't a bus for the living. It was a passage for lost souls, a vehicle forever traveling through places that existed outside of time. And she was now part of it. Mia turned back to the driver, tears brimming in her eyes. "There has to be a way out." The driver's grin never faded. "There is only one way out," he said. The passengers all turned to her in unison, their empty eyes locking onto hers. The bus doors remained open, waiting. And then, from outside, a single voice called her name. Mia's heart stopped. She knew that voice. It was her mother's. Without thinking, she ran. She leapt off the bus, into the mist, toward the voice. Cold air wrapped around her like a vice, pulling her down. She gasped, reaching, clawing. And then, light. She jolted awake, coughing, gasping for air. She was lying on the pavement, headlights glaring down at her. A real bus driver stood over her, shaking her gently. "Miss, are you okay?"